There's such a contradiction between detaching from the outcome and also not being lazy, because I think the principle of everything that happens for a reason and it's all happening the way it's supposed to be gives you a little sense of freedom, but also it can be a gateway to being lazy, because you can think that, oh, like I'm just gonna detach and I'm just gonna go through my day and everything's gonna happen as it's meant to anyway, so I don't have to work that hard and I can just be lazy. And I think that there's such a large dialogue about how detaching from an outcome will allow you to be more magnetic and will call things in because everything's unfolding in this greater plan of how things are supposed to be anyway. But then that contradicts with your perception of free will and your ability to influence your future and be a creator of your reality. And I think that it's hard to juggle this when you know that you want your life to look a certain way and you have these dreams or aspirations, but you're also trying to wrap your head around the fact that everything happens for a reason and things happen as they're meant to, because that can feel like life is happening to you instead of you creating the life that you want for yourself. And I think it's easy to feel overwhelmed about not knowing how things are going to look. So a lot of people tend to control the circumstances that they know how to, and they maybe overplan or hyperfixate on all the details. And then the advice that they're given is, oh no, you just have to like relax and like let go of control and detach from the outcome, because then things will unfold in a way even greater than you would have even known to ask. And I think that that can create conflict internally, because you're not sure then of like, oh, am I being lazy by not taking actionable steps towards my goal? But then also there's that competing standpoint and viewpoint that things are unfolding exactly as they're meant to, and when you are too hyper fixated on one way that things should look and things should work out, then you're blocking yourself from receiving something even greater and something that you can't see but is part of a larger plan. And I think that that can cause people to feel really stuck, including myself, where sometimes I feel like I'm not happy where I am and I want to create a different life for myself. And then I'll try to like step into this one direction, and then I'll hear the advice of like, oh, but actually you're supposed to surrender to what's happening. And I think that this is such an interesting discussion because you can get pulled in so many different ways. And when you believe there's like a higher power, whether it's the universe or God or whoever or whatever it is, I think that it can leave you feeling stuck of like, I want to take action and I want something different for myself, but also like I want to be open to receiving the direction that the plan has for me. And for me, a reframe that's been really helpful has been that you don't detach from everything, but maybe you detach from the outcome of exactly what it looks like and instead attach to like what you want to feel and how you want to be in that space. And instead of just trying to do exactly these things, just do the things that align with who that person would be that would receive it. For example, say that I really, really want this job, then instead of just like hyper fixating on I have to have this exact job and like going for that exactly, I would instead detach from that outcome and attach to what that job would offer me, whether it's freedom of time, whether it's allowing me to help people, whether it's allowing me to use this interest that I have or follow this passion that I have, and focus more on those things. And then instead of hyper fixating on the actual outcome of getting that specific job, I would instead focus on embodying who is the type of person who has that job. I would research and study the things, and like try to build up the qualities that that person would have. I would start to make my day look like the day of a person who had that job already. And I think that this kind of more like loose approach to following your dreams and like taking steps in the right direction aligns with not only detaching from the outcome because you're not hyper fixating on this one like job posting, but also it allows room for freedom and for more opportunities that are aligned to come into your life, while also helping you stay aligned with your values and your truth, because you're embodying the person who has this thing, but you're not hyper fixating on that thing in general. You're just instead being the person who would receive it. And in that space, you're not taking a risk that you wouldn't want to take anyway, because that's what you want to move towards and that's who you want to be. I think it can be really confusing when we receive like kind of competing forms of advice and want to balance detachment with not being lazy and also working towards your goal and knowing that you can influence your future. So I just thought this was an interesting thing that I wanted to talk about.